1420 Sports Podcast, Four Beer Sports Talk, and a whole lot more. We got the Dave, a fun little segment that we came up with a year and a half ago that makes zero sense whatsoever. There's two people or two songs or two bands or whoever that have no inkling or no connection whatsoever. It's pretty simple. It's who is better. I name two names. You tell me who is better. I agree or disagree, or we debate what's going on, but who is better? Writing these down today, doing a little bit of work and then doing some work on the podcast, everything else throughout the day down here in the tavern. There's a good interview about John Daly when he was in college. He was told to lose weight, and he said he had to lose 70 pounds, and he was on a diet of popcorn and Jack Daniels for 3 months, and he lost 50 pounds. Probably not the best way to get your life going in college, but it seemed to work for John Daly for a little bit. Man, before we get into the who is better, that is quite the life and time story. That would be the John Daly biography, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I've kind of read the behind the scenes stuff that I've come across. He's a different cat. He's a different cat. Even at the PGA the other day, like after his first round, it was 8 Diet Cokes or 9 Diet Cokes in a pack and a half of smokes,
and all the darts, no filters either, like just whatever, man. Roll your own.
I don't know.
Anyways,
he's lived a life.
We'll go. Who is better, Dave? John Daly or 80s and 90s and 2000s hot tub time machine star John Cusack? Who is better?
John Cusack, no doubt.
I like John Cusack.
I love John Cusack. I am better off dead.
Better off dead. $5, $2, whatever it was.
I want my $2.
$2.
Fries.
Yeah.
No, I love John Cusack. He's a guy I like. Another like the one movie I really like, where he's the record store owner with Jack Black and that. Oh, criminies! It's one of my favorite movies. I can't top 5. It's not important right now. It is important, and it will come up to me. John Daly, for all his grip it and rip it and no
indiscretions and everything else,
and do your thing, man. And I could only imagine how much he would have accomplished in golf if he would have dedicated himself to his craft. Because he has 2 majors, and we know his name, and he never dedicated himself to his craft.
A couple more Johns here for you, Dave. Winning time star played Dr. Jerry Buss, John C. Riley or John McEnroe?
That's a good one. I love John C. Riley, but John McEnroe is my first favorite tennis player. I remember watching him playing in Wimbledon and in the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And I for as terrible of a tennis player I somewhat modeled my game after him. I attacked the net and I freaked out when I missed shots.
Just spaz at the net and smash your Spalding racket across the side of it, kind of deal, right?
There's more than one oblong tennis racket in my history of a tennis.
I remember having broken wooden one, smashing, throwing it against and I don't know why I was getting so mad. I wasn't ever going to be any good. Like I was never going to be good. Like you played at the start of summer at the Fort McLeod tennis courts, which were right beside the arena, but you only played at the start of summer because Wimbledon was on, so it was fresh in your head. Because that was when summer vacation started. So it's I'm going to be a tennis player all of a sudden, and you played for 5 days, you sucked, and you put the tennis racket away for the rest of summer.
I played tennis a lot with a couple of my buddies in university. I've never played one official game in my entire life, and so I played off and on for like 5-6 years, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when I went to going to university in Victoria, I met a guy and like, hey, you want to play tennis? Hey, yeah, sure, we'll play tennis. And then I missed an open shot. And I was like, fuck! And I threw my racket. Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? He was like offended.
You guys broke up right then, eh? That was it.
We didn't break up, but we didn't play tennis anymore. Because I thought that's what guys did when they played tennis. Like, because my buddies did it too, right? Like, motherfucker, you throw
Fuck's
around.
sakes, fucking,
Fuck.
yeah, cocksucker or whatever. Here's one. Two guys who don't even have the same first name, but we'll work this one in here. Toronto Maple Leafs legend Wendell Clark or Clark Griswold.
Oh wow, Clark Griswold is an iconic character. I'll give this one to Clark Griswold because Vacation, European Vacation can jam it, but Christmas Vacation totally vindicated the franchise of Vacation. So I'm going to give this one to Clark.
The thing about Clark Griswold is that he accomplished everything he set out to do. Like, yeah, things went sideways on the first one. On the Vacation, the dog died, the Christy Brinkley thing, and then he went in the pool and eating that sandwich. But he did get to Wally World. Yes, he did have to get a gun and hold up the place to get in, but he did go a roundabout way of getting there. Christmas Vacation, Clark Griswold, once again, just a complete fuck up, but Christmas did happen at the Griswold house and everybody was happy. And yes, there was a situation, but Wendell Clark didn't accomplish nearly as much in his time on the television in front of me as Clark Griswold did. Wendell did some great things, but Clark Griswold did what he set out to do. Wendell Clark didn't.
I like that breakdown, and I'll go with that. Like, and both men, their heart was in the right place. But at the end of the day, Clark Griswold got what he was looking for.
That's right. Just a weird way of going about things. Recently retired. He hasn't played in a couple of years, but he played for the Dodgers, the Jays, the Yankees. Catcher, Canadian guy, Russell Martin, hell of a player, or Russell Wilson of your Denver Broncos.
Russell Martin. Russell Wilson. The quarterback position in football is a little bit, I'm not going to say it's overrated, but just because you can be good for a little bit, everybody knows your name. Russell Martin was an all-star catcher for 10 years, played for the Pirates, played for the Dodgers, played for the Yankees, played for the Jays, and then he went someplace else. He was so good. Hit for
good player.
Power.
Really good player.
Yeah, I hope he's a Hall of Famer. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Canadian baseball Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah, but like, so is he? Who's better, him or Buster Posey?
Posey.
As a catcher, as a hitter, or just because
hitter? Posey hit and he won more.
And so he gets to beat Yadier Molina to the ballot, so that helps. Who else is a Hall of Fame catcher from this generation?
I'll probably lose my pinstripes here, but he's a better catcher than Posada.
Without a doubt.
But doesn't have the pedigree of championships, right?
Right. And George never.
No, he's not in. No, but.
No.
Like
yeah.
But he's I think Martin's everything as good as Molina.
Yeah.
I
like him a lot. Like,
maybe it's just my Canadian baseball player bias, maybe a little bit, but no, he's a hell of a player, and he seems like a pretty good guy.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Like he got brought in for to be a clubhouse leader, and that stands to reason that a catcher is that kind of guy.
Speaking of Canadian athletes, Dave, which we a good segue there. Canadian athlete go from one to the other. Man, do you think this guy is kicking himself in the junk for taking that Brooklyn Nets job? Who is better, Steve Nash or Steve Winwood?
Back in the High Life Again is a song I kind of like.
I love that song.
Valerie was very formulaic. Steve Winwood there's one or two songs from Traffic that he was in as well. I'm gonna say Steve Nash.
Steve Nash as a player was really good.
Amazing. Two back-to-back MVP in LeBron years, in Kobe years, in Dirk Nowitzki years.
He's a Hall of Famer.
For sure, for
I think
sure.
he's in. If he's not in already, I don't even know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm 100% Steve Nash on this. 100%.
You think he's like he took that job? Like, oh, I should have taken that job.
Well, what do you do, right? You got like I don't
I
know.
guess you want to try. Like, you want to give it a shot and say, I can do this. I can't do this. But you sit around. You can only sit around and golf so much or do whatever he does. Like, you got to do something, I guess.
You got to do something. I didn't know.
And if basketball's your passion, well, there you go.
I didn't realize Kyrie was such an absolute fucking moron.
All of them.
But I did know that I had to keep Harden happy, but I couldn't without Kyrie and Durant hurt. Like I'm not going to judge Steve Nash on his coaching tenure at Brooklyn because I don't know. Like, it was impossible to succeed with the hand they were dealt if they had that big three.
One more. We'll end it on this one. Another Canadian athlete. Jesus, a Canadian athlete night here in the 1420 Sports Podcast. Joey Votto or Joey Tribbiani?
I'm going to call. I don't know. Joey Tribbiani actually did make me laugh quite.
He made me laugh. Yeah, out of like when you watch, like, Friends didn't age well at all. Like, if you turn the thing on, an episode on now, like when you're flipping through and what, like, oh, this isn't funny. Like, it didn't age good at all, in my opinion.
Yes.
Deanne's brother still likes it, and like he's like, because they grew up watching it together, and he's still all about that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh,
it ain't no Office or Seinfeld.
No, it did not age well at all. But I still like Joey's goofiness, everything else. Still, that still kind of makes me giggle looking back how dumb the guy was, and how you doing and everything else, and horn your house cat all the time. But Joey Votto's a hell of a ball player.
I'm gonna give this one to Joey Votto, because he's a real person, and like you say, like Friends
compared to Clark Griswold and Wendell Clark, but whatever.
Well, his realness didn't affect my decision making process on that one, right? So I can always find a reason. Just ask me for consistency. But even though Joey Tribbiani and the point is simply moo. I'm going to take Votto, the ball player.
Who cares what cows say? There you go. That was good, Dave. Good catch on that one. It's a move. No, Dave, that's it's a wrap for tonight. We touched on, like, last couple times, we touch on some serious stuff, and then we get into the fun stuff. Hope people keep enjoying our show, tuning in on a twice a week basis, sometimes 3, sometimes 1. But throughout the summer months, we get a little bit busy with things going on. But there's always other shows you can listen to, because I guarantee if you listen to this one, there's 200 other ones you haven't listened, not 200, but there's lots you haven't caught up on. So make sure you go back and listen to 1 or 2 and talk to people about the show, and keep getting the good word of the 1420 podcast out there.
I 100% agree. Looking forward to these new partnerships we're making. Hope I don't have to shave my balls to get paid by manscaping, but we'll see. Like, every man has his price, right?
Well, maybe we'll I think Jim's getting the package himself, because there was 3 of us that signed up for this. Jim's our sound guy and the actual producer of the show, and he gets the sound, the music, and everything together for us, and does the editing and all that. So he's getting a package. Maybe he'll be the guinea pig for the 1420 podcast Manscaped edition and everything else. We'll get him on the show. We'll have him give his 2 cents about it. And we'll see how that goes. And what once we get it out there, we'll test it. We'll have got some promos that got to come out and help us out. We need to, if we sell some stuff, these guys are going to become a full-time sponsor for us, which we're looking forward to. And it helps us keep putting these shows out, because it becomes a little bit time consuming, but we enjoy it. But make sure you guys talk to people about the show, because that's what actually gets the word of the podcast around. We can put everything we want on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and everything else. But it's our listeners that we love so much that talk to other people about the show and get it out there for us.
Download, like, and review It's all really important to what we're doing here, and we enjoy it. Like it's been shit. It's been damn near a week. I missed you, buddy.
There we go. I didn't lay.
Our last
First time we
one
didn't even
was
lay eyes on each
Tuesday.
other. First time we didn't lay
No.
eyes each other this much time. Jesus, saw you more than my girlfriend for a lot of months there. But yeah, so it's just the way things go. Anyways, the 1420 podcast, 4 beer with sports talk, and a whole lot more. Take care of each other, but more importantly, take care of yourself because we need you around. Keep your stick on the ice, and what else, Dave?
Don't swing at high pitches, Jim.
And we'll talk to you, Dave, on Wednesday night.
On Wednesday, and Jim, if anyone has to shave you their balls, it's you now.
There we
Okay.
go. Have
You
a good night,
decided.
Jim. We'll talk to you on Wednesday night. Manscaped, Bodog, SeatGeek, and the rest.
Use the codes. We're here to help you guys.
We're
Help
putting money
yourself.
in your pocket, really.
That's all we're trying. That's it.
There we go.